Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Shannon with Shannon's Crafty DIYs. Today is just a quick little intro. I have 3 really cute Christmas DIYs. A lot of the items did come from the Dollar Tree or the Dollarama, so please stick around and enjoy the video. And remember to hit that subscribe button and also click the bell button to be notified every single time I upload a new video. And if you guys could just give it a big thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. You guys do see that I have my Christmas tree up already. I will post another video of me decorating it as well, so I hope you guys stay tuned for that also. And anyway, let's begin the tutorials.
So for the first DIY, I'm just going to use one of these 8x10 canvases from the Dollar Tree. Now, I'm actually using one that I used in the spring this year. I made that freshly squeezed lemon picture. And so I'm just going to take everything apart. I mean, it was super cute as it was, but I could easily make another one next year if need be. But anyway, I love also reusing things that I have too, so that way I'm not wasting anything as well. So just using this really awesome scrapbook paper that I found from Michael's last year, and I can't seem to find it this year, unfortunately, but I'm glad I have it now. And I'm just going to take one of those red truck cards that I found from the Dollar Tree and cut everything out to size. So I'm just using the backing of the canvas that I used from the previous DIY and tracing it out, and then using my Fiskars paper cutter to make all those nice straight edges on each of the scrapbook paper and the card. And remember, the back of the card has that little car as well, so if you ever wanted to incorporate that into like a tiny little tier tray DIY or something like that, just remember there is a little car at the back of the card too. So just using my standard glue stick from the Dollar Tree, I'm just going to reattach this scrapbook paper onto the canvas. I loved this tree one from the scrapbook package because it went super well with the truck theme. And then going ahead and hot gluing it to the frame. Now, the stain on the frame is literally just that burnt umber from the Deco Art acrylic paint from the Dollarama. So if you're curious, that's all it is on the frame. Now just taking these tumbling tower blocks, and I'm just going to hot glue 2 to the back of the card. This way it's just going to elevate it from the back of the picture. And remember, I bought the wrong package of these tumbling towers. There are 2 different packages, one that have like the plain wood with the brown wood, and then they also have this regular solid wood one. So just keep your eye out for those. Now, just to give it a little bit more of an embellishment, I'm just going to add a bow to the picture, and I'm just doing a simple bow. This one is just using some wire, and I'm just forming the bow, pinching it in the middle, and then I'm just going to use a little bit of wire to do a twist tie action in the back, and then just cut off the excess, and then you can just do the dovetail at the end of the bow with the scissors. And I'm just going to add a couple of these little spare pine cones and the berries. Again, I just had them lying around, so I'm just going to incorporate them in the picture and just hot gluing them to the center of the bow. And to add just one more little thing, I'm just going to make the holly leaf. Now, as you can see, I've made some in the previous DIY. So all I'm really doing is I'm freehanding it. So I'm just going to pinch this felt in the middle, or fold it in the middle as you would if you want to put it that way. And then I'm just going to freehand it with my scissors, and then that way you get the perfect holly. Now, I did get that felt from the Dollar Tree, which is awesome. So $1.25 for that. And if I'm just making holly leaves out of it, then I can get a lot of use out of this one felt. To make it stand up, I'm just using another tumbling tower. Again, this was the same tumbling tower I used on the previous freshly squeezed lemon DIY, so I'm just reattaching it to the frame. So here it is all done. I thought this was super, super adorable. I feel like it's something that you could get at HomeSense or Winners. You guys let me know what you think, but I was super happy with the way this turned out. Again, using just simple products from the Dollar Tree, and that I'm super happy with it. So moving on to the second DIY, I'm just using these gift boxes that I was so impressed with, and the front of the boxes are amazing, and I'm going to use them for gifts as well. But look at the sides of these boxes. Like, the patterns on them are gorgeous. So I actually want to use this. I'm going to make a centerpiece for our dining room table. So I'm going to make this into the base for my DIY. So I'm using these tumbling towers, and I'm going to hot glue them to the inside of each corner of the box. So that way it will stay up and it won't fold back down. So just using some of this burlap ribbon that I already had. You can see I've already used it in some previous DIYs. I just thought this was already cut like this, so I'm going to use it. It was the perfect size for the outside of the box. So again, I'm just cutting off the excess, and I'm just going to hot glue it to the box. And this way it just gives it a nice little frame around the box. And then using some floral pine picks from the Dollar Tree. I've already cut up a couple from previous DIYs, so I'm just going to hot glue 2 of these to the outside of the box. And I've had this flimsy looking floral pick. I think I got it from Bouclair last year. It just looked pretty terrible. I think it was on clearance last year, but I was like, you know what? I can use these for the pine cones and the leaves and make them into DIYs. So just incorporating those pine cones, I'm going to add them to the center of the pine picks. So now I'm just going to take one of these tree skirts from the Dollarama. Now I know they had them at the Dollar Tree, but the Dollar Tree had those, like those different colored tinfoil sparkles incorporated in them. I didn't want that. I just wanted a plain white tree skirt. So I'm just going to cut out maybe a quarter of the tree skirt, because I'm going to actually fill the box with this to make it look like snow. And just to give it a little height, I'm going to add a Dollarama plastic bag underneath, and then I'm just going to fluff the tree skirt up just to make it look all like fluffy snow. And then once that is done, I'm going to take these bottle brush Christmas trees from the Dollar Tree. I'm so glad I found them this year, because I've been looking high and low, even at Winners, HomeSense. They're paying a lot more than just $1.25 for them. So now I'm just taking one of their Dollar Tree candle holders, and I'm just going to arrange the trees to the way I like. And what I love about the candle holder is it gives at least one of them height. Now, if you wanted something more permanent, I'm just actually going to place these just freehand like this. I'm not going to permanently attach them right now, because if I need to incorporate them in other DIYs, I can. But if you want to, make it a little bit more permanent, then go ahead and hot glue the trees down to the tree skirt. And just taking one of those sleighs that I used from the Dollar Tree, I've already taken off the embellishments to use in another DIY, but I wanted to still use the sleigh, so I went ahead and did that, added some of those Dollarama Christmas bells in the sleigh, and this is how it turned out. I am super happy with how it looks, and again, I just used a gift box from the Dollar Tree as the base. So super, super excited. It just looks like a little tiny winter wonderland, and I'm super happy with this. So third and final DIY, again, I did this already in the fall, so this is the super simplest DIY ever. So taking out the backing of the frame, I am going to, since I'm going to use one of the calendars you'll see in a moment, I'm just outlining or painting the edges of the board black, because otherwise the calendar pictures are just ever so slightly smaller than the frame, so I didn't want the brown showing, so I just went ahead and painted it black because the frame is also black, so this way it blends right in. So you guys guessed it, I'm using the Tree Farm Farm Fresh trees from the calendars that we all got from the Dollar Tree this year, and just using my X-Acto knife, I'm just using a ruler to make a nice straight line and cutting out the calendar. And then just going ahead and placing it into the frame. So now time to add some embellishments. So I had these pine leaves from, I think I got this whole pack at Target last year. Again, we can't go to Target, but I'm just incorporating these. You probably have seen these when I did it in my cocoa bar. I put those on my tier tray as well, but this pack I had a whole bunch of these, so I was able to use this in the DIY. And then I got these berry picks from the Dollarama last year, but again, they have them again this year. I have seen them, so just going to incorporate those as well, hot glue those to the center. And then this is the jar that I keep all my spare loose ends of pine cones and berries and whatnot. So just taking, I already had this pine cone was already set up in threes. So I just cut off the excess wire and I'm just going to keep it like that. I don't need to do anything with it. And then I'm just going to hot glue it to the center of my embellishments. Now, the pine cones already had a little tiny bit of white on them, but it wasn't enough. So I just wanted to add a little bit more to make it look like there was snow on the pine cone. So just taking a little bit of the white acrylic paint from the Dollarama, I'm just gently dusting, as you would say, on the edges of the pine cones, and just to make it look all frosty and snow covered. So again, here it is all done, and again, super simple DIY. It's stuff that I already had in the house, and again, I got that calendar from the fall. I am super happy with every DIY that I did today. I hope you guys had fun with the video, and remember guys, I do post videos every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays or Saturdays. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give it a big thumbs up, and guys, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye!